Mouseketeers, PrincessMinnie here.
I'm John.
And John's here, guys. I know that the last time we did one of these videos, it wasn't John, it was my friend Katie from Over the Mooney. I think she did a really good job picking pins with me, though.
I do. I mean, I think she's trying to take my job, which isn't appreciated. And
nobody's gonna put you out of work.
Frankly insulting.
Oh!
No, I'm sure she did a great job.
We did you proud. You agreed with our picks.
I did. So
that was good.
I agreed. So there was no like poor results. I'm not upset about anything. We're good.
And it was consistent. You said you would have picked the same pins, I think.
I did.
So.
I did. I'm not lying.
So it was a very even playing field, I guess. Alright, so I do want to say warm welcome back to my friends who have already been watching this series. If this is your first video watching this series, though, I would highly recommend pausing here and going back and catching up on the others, because there will be spoilers. We are doing March Madness Disney pin style, where we're opening up mystery pins that remind us of some of my favorite Disney YouTubers, and the people who have the best pins will move on from this round, the Elite 8, to the next and final, well, one of the final rounds, the Final 4. It's gonna be so exciting! Oh my god!
It'll be cool to see the matchups.
It really will be cool to see who emerges as the ultimate victor as well. Again, it's just a faux competition for fun YouTube community camaraderie and to see some cool pins. So it's all good. I do want to say that if you are new to the channel, I hope you find something you like, you'll comment and stick around as well, hitting that subscribe button and clicking the bell notification icon, especially because I have a pretty big announcement. Which is, it is officially April now, and April I've been looking forward to for so long. Do you know why I've been looking forward to April?
Because it's your birthday.
It's my birthday month! I'm so into birthdays.
That was a high-risk question for me.
It really was.
A lot hung in the balance of that.
High risk, no reward. You don't get anything for saying it correctly. You just needed to say it.
Yeah, you just have to know.
I didn't prep him either. I was like, I'm gonna throw him into the fire right now. But no, John's very good. He doesn't forget dates. He's really good with birthdays, at least mine. And things like the anniversaries, all that stuff. Also though, I would pretty much be impossible for someone married to me to not know those things, because I talk about it constantly.
Yeah, that's fair.
What are we doing for anniversary? What are we doing for my birthday in 6 months? What am I doing for my birthday in 4 months? Take me to Disney. We're going to Disney. You want to hear all our Disney plans?
Yeah, it's kind of sad. I feel like the only people whose birthdays probably get forgotten are people who are pretty low-key about it. They don't expect much.
Yeah.
And then they don't talk about it ahead of time. They're just like, oh, they'll surprise me. And that's probably what would happen. But she gives me plenty of fair warning. I know in February that
or earlier.
There are expectations.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, because this is also a big one.
Yeah.
I'm turning 30, and I'm turning 30 on April 30th. That only happens once in your lifetime, you know, that your birthday so your 8th birthday was on August 8th. That's really cool.
It's been literally downhill since I was 8.
Wait, 9. Your 9th birthday was on August 9th.
Yeah,
well, I just got your birthday wrong.
Wow. But no, still, I'm sticking to it. So this is the most exciting birthday you'll ever have. Are you prepared?
Yes, I'm super prepared because, well, my actual birthday won't be that exciting because we have state testing in school. It's going to be really boring. I'm just going to watch kids take a test for the whole morning. That's not going to be great. But we're going to Disney World a few days after that, and I can't wait. I'm going to share all the details with you guys, and we have some really fun plans for it. And, the announcement, that wasn't the announcement. The announcement is that because it's my 30th birthday on April 30th, I thought it would be really fun to do 30 videos in the month of April. So you're gonna see a lot of me this month. I mean, if you want to, you don't have to, I guess. But
I'm sure a little bit of me too, I guess.
A little John.
Just a little bit.
Just a little John. No, a lot of John.
Okay.
Probably. But no, I'm gonna have a lot of really fun content coming up, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. But we also have to see who wins this. Before we also get into that, I have one more thing.
There's a lot of things.
It's a lot of things. But I want to give a shout out to a frequent commenter who has been commenting on my channel and subscribed to my channel for a very long time now. So I do want to give a shout out to Nikki the Snake Lady. Thank you so much for being a real Mouseketeer, Nikki the Snake Lady. I really appreciate every time you leave a comment, and just keep on giving me those thumbs up and watching the videos. Thanks so much. Okay, so guys, we only have 4 YouTubers left, so I do know who's definitely going to be in this video, but I don't know who their opponent's going to be, and that's going to be a huge part of the matchup.
You're still getting people random, so...
Yeah, just totally at random. I don't even want to know the color of the card that I pick, so really shuffle those all around for me, hun.
Alright.
I'm going to keep my eyes completely closed. I don't want to have any kind of
Good. Ready to go.
Knowledge. Where are they? No, are you taking them away from me?
You're so close. There you go.
Okay. All right. Were you taking them away from me?
No, get them completely
Oh, wow, that's really embarrassing. All right.
I was lying.
Oh, thank God. Okay, so I'm going to pick this one first, but then because I failed them, I'm going to just take another one. I think those are the 2 middle ones. I'll go 2 middle. All right, the first person I picked is Rita from Enchanted. Rita, and she had a really strong round last time. I'm excited to see what happens now. And her opponent is going to be Rawan from the Disney Damsels! Oh my god, that means I know who the next matchup is too. Can we just tell them? Okay, that means that the other matchup, oh, this is the matchup I was actually dreading. I knew this was gonna happen. I just knew it. Because these people are both so fun. Karen from Karen's USA Adventures and Becka from DisneyKittee. Oh my god, only one of them is gonna make it to the Final Four. I really thought they were both like prime Final Four candidates, to be honest.
Let's just get tough matchups.
That's going to be a really awesome unboxing. That's going to be next. But first we have to have a really, really awesome unboxing for the 2 R girls, Rita and Rawan. Oh my god, this is so cool.
So who's pulling for who?
Who did I pick first? Rita. So you'll pull for Rita and I'll pull for Rawan.
That works.
All right, let me show them the cards.
Sure.
You will definitely like Rita's channel if you like fun, excited YouTubers who share a lot of Disney content, including pins and a lot of subscription unboxings. And also a ton of Funkos, both Disney and non-Disney. You will love Rawan's channel if you just like really cool people, talk about super interesting things, both Disney and non-Disney, and Rawan loves herself some Beauty and the Beast. I did open a Beauty and the Beast box for her last time though, so I am going to try to go away from that and do something a little different this time. Okay, I have 2 super awesome boxes. They're both limited release, so very fair. They're both both girls getting a limited release mystery box. And so Rita lives actually really close to Disneyland. So I was thinking about getting her a Disneyland box. I actually think I did this box for her before.
I know we did it at least once.
Oh, so I did! And she got me a chaser!
Okay, so
not that I'm saying that she has a lot to live up to, but she has a lot to live up to.
So the box already came through once before.
It did. And all these pins are honestly phenomenal.
So I'll hold that one?
Yes. And then the other box that I'm going to do for Rawan is the Disney film strip box. And I think this is the last one of these that I do have. And the reason I picked it for Rawan is because some of her favorite movies are featured here. And some, like one that really doesn't get a lot of love. Disney's Hercules.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. And she loves Hercules, but also Aladdin's in here and Beauty and the Beast, and she loves them. The other movies that are featured are Lion King, Little Mermaid, Big Hero 6, and Lady and the Tramp. All good films.
Yeah, Lady and the Tramp's my favorite, and it's like rarely represented, so it's pretty cool.
I will say, so I have a lot of both of these boxes already, so it's a very fair matchup. Limited release pins, cool films, or cool characters in yours, really could get a chaser in them, could get a regular pin in them, have a high probability of getting doubles, so we might just have to judge the pins based on the pins themselves and not if they're doubles or not.
I pretty much always do that.
You're very good at that.
I just don't care if they're doubles, so.
Yeah, I don't know why he would care.
They're not my collection.
Nope. So here is the Disneyland Main Street Magic box. I am so in love with this box, but I do have most of these pins at this point. At this point, I am still looking for Goofy, Chip. Which one's Chip? I think this one. I just can't see very well in the camera right now. And I think I still need Pluto. And then there is one chaser that I still need from this set. The 3 chasers are Huey, Dewey, and Louie. And I can't remember which one I need, but I need him. I'll know if I see him. And I really love this collection that is going to be representing Rawan. It does not show you all the pins. There is something in here that gives you a view of all the pins, but here are the movies that are represented. I have a lot of these, but I'm still missing a couple I really would like, especially if they were couples. I am missing like the Aladdin and Jasmine couple pin, the Herc and Meg pin, and those would probably be like the 2 that would scream Rawan the most to me, so we'll have to see if she gets either of those. This is going to be a pretty fun matchup. So you're opening for Rita, so you get Main Street Magic. Okay, Main Street Magic.
So like we usually do like one goes first and last pin. So do you want to be?
Sure.
Do you want to go 2, 3, or do you want to be the first pin to open?
I'll be the first. I'm like really excited to find out what we got.
Okay.
I would love us to guess which movie we think is going to be represented. I'm feeling like Aladdin's in this box. I really am.
So we're guessing what we think's in the box, or
the movie.
I have a good feeling about Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah?
I really.
Okay.
Maybe it's because that's the one I want.
Yeah, those are some good pins. Okay, these are cool because they're all the exact same shape, so even like just looking at the bag, I have no clue what this is. But I still don't want to look like as I open it because I don't want to get a hint. I am interested to see on the back if it's maybe a chaser. Oh my god, it's a chaser!
That's a great start.
That's so unlikely! Like, that is so crazy. I do think, though, this set had, like, a higher likelihood of chaser pins because the chasers were limited edition 600 each. The chasers in the box you're opening are only, like, 300 or 400 each.
Do we know what the chasers are?
They're actually the same exact pins, but in, like, a sepia tone.
I don't know what that means.
Well, you'll see in a second.
Alright.
Okay, but look, you always ask me how do you know it's a chaser from the back, and I'm gonna hide it, what it is, but it says chaser pin right there.
Okay, that's obvious.
Okay, well, let's see what it is.
That's a great pin.
Holy crap! Rawan! It's the chaser of Hercules and Meg! I have never opened, I don't think, a Hercules pin from this box. I've opened a lot of these boxes. If I did, I might have opened one, but that's it. Oh my god, that pin is beautiful.
Yeah, I think they're one of the better Disney couples, too.
Do you really? I actually think they're one of my least favorite Disney couples.
Oh, I don't know, I think they're
I like Meg. I'm not that into Hercules himself.
Hercules is super nice in the movie.
He's a little... not bright.
I knew you were going to say dumb.
Yeah, I didn't want to say dumb.
I don't think he's that dumb.
No, he's not that
He's
dumb.
not, like, overly dumb.
You know what? He's more maybe naive.
I mean, that describes most Disney princes, and, like, none of the Disney princes are that smart overall. They're, like, very forgettable.
Yeah, Disney princes don't necessarily jump out, except in certain movies like Aladdin.
Flynn Rider's okay, he's pretty smart.
But those are also the ones that didn't start out as princes, so they had a little more, like, life experience.
You know, I think overall, like, he's, like, at least in the center of Disney prince intelligence. I know he's a god, but he's God prince.
We'll call him a prince for the purposes of this video, I think.
So, like, he's not, like, exceptionally not smart, as you said. Like, he's fine.
No, he's not, like, dumb as rocks, but, like... He's I don't think it's even dumb. I think he's just very naive about the world.
That's fine.
Which is weird considering how terribly people treated him in the beginning of that movie.
I mean, I think you gotta be naive to some extent to, like, want to fight monsters. Like, you don't...
It's actually, like, I can relate to an absurd amount of self-confidence. Only he deserved it.
Yeah, like, a mixture of naivety plus knowing he can win.
Yeah. Alright, let's see! I wonder if he's gonna win this matchup. Already, a pin I didn't have. And a chaser.
Oh, it's pretty
cool.
I don't think it's Chaser, but...
Oh my god, it's what I needed! Oh, these boxes are both starting out so strong!
This one's really cool, so it's my hands, like... For some reason, this is hard to grip for me, so I'm gonna do like this.
You got big man hands and they're little pins.
The little pin backs are, like, too small for
Honestly,
my weird
I have trouble
fingers.
with them too, so it's easier just to hold the whole pin. Yeah.
Alright, so, like, ignore my huge thumb block in this, but... so, like, it's Chip, he's got a cool chef hat.
It's Chip!
I actually think the coolest feature of it is he's got a little red rose.
Oh, let me see.
That's, like, on his, lapel.
Oh, it's beautiful!
So he's clearly got, like, a flair for the dramatic.
Yeah, I like that.
And that's really cool. So, I don't know, I think it's a really cool pin.
And Chip is the chipmunk that I needed.
Okay.
And he's also my favorite chipmunk.
So now I have a question, because he's wearing, like, a head chef hat.
Yeah.
Is, like, Dale the sous chef?
No, Dale is, if you grab the box... Dale is actually, like, the owner or whatever of the magic shop on Main Street. So I don't know where this is that Chip is supposed to be working. Maybe Rita or another Disneyland native can help out. We did go to Disneyland in the summer, but we didn't spend a lot of time on Main Street. So
like, Chip and Dale thought the untapped markets were food and magic.
I mean, those are two of my favorite things in the whole world. Food and magic.
I mean, they're fun, but I don't know. I'm just questioning, like, the combination.
I don't know. I don't think that they picked their pins, to be honest.
That's fair.
I mean, some designer did.
I think these pins are both great.
They are! I honestly, these were two, like, slam dunk pins to start with. I don't even know. I have no idea how the second pin's gonna even live up.
I know for me, and I'm gonna defend the one I opened for Rita.
You always do.
No.
You're good at that.
Alright, I just want to say, like, I think, like, there's some chaser pins in sets where they're just a character that, like, was not included on the back. Mm-hmm. I love that. I think that's really fun.
Right.
I don't like when, like, why is the chaser pin an uglier version of the pin you'd normally get? It's like, oh, it's bled of color? Like, we want color on pins. I
do agree with you. This is probably the set where I'd be the least excited to get a chaser. Yep. I wouldn't mind having them in full color, but I
Okay.
actually think this chaser is lovely because
That's
I
nice.
love black and white pictures. To me, it doesn't even look as much sepia as it looks black and white.
It's maybe like an old-timey photograph of the two of them.
And I don't want to bash your chip pin at all.
No, the chip one's awesome, so you can't.
I don't want to do it because I think he's great. But I think these are both great pins, so I am very interested to hear what people out there think. So Rawan's first pin, again, it's like I couldn't have planned this better. Like if we also get Aladdin and Jasmine, that would be very hard for her to lose because those are the two couples I asked for to start this box. Yes, I probably would agree with John and I would probably prefer this in the all color version, but I really do think it's lovely. And I don't have a lot of Hercules and Meg pins. Like almost any at all, maybe. Like I even sold my Hercules Park pack that I got because it's just not necessarily something I collect, but I do think this is beautiful and I do love Disney couples overall. Guys, look at the chip pin. First of all, I do just love this whole set. So this whole set, the aesthetic is totally me. But Chip wearing the chef hat, holding the tray, this building is beautiful. I don't know what it is, so someone out there help me please. Here's the rose that John pointed out. It is lovely. I love even the buttons on his jacket. I'm getting really close to completing this set, guys, and that is super exciting. So both boxes are off to an incredible start. So I will say, slam dunk pin for either of the rest of these boxes would probably be Aladdin and Jasmine for Rawan,
Okay.
and the other duck chaser pin for Rita. Like either of those would be like probably the winning pin because the first ones were so strong.
Yeah, they were great. I mean, it's kind of funny because I feel like usually we talk about what you need to pull to win. Usually because you start out a little slow. It's interesting that both, like, no matter what.
They need to keep the high bar that they set.
And I think if you open this at home and outside of a competition, you'd already be happy.
Oh my god,
Having pulled either pin, you like, there's not pressure in real life, it's just pressure in the competition.
These are two of the nicest pin sets I think that we've opened in this competition.
I think so.
I really am enjoying them overall, no matter what.
And I'm glad they're facing off because it sometimes seems unfair if like someone's opening some like really cool limited release set against another set that maybe doesn't add up. So it's kind of nice to match.
It's like an
up.
open edition kind of set.
You gotta match up the quality, so it's not unfair. So
definitely.
So I'm now. I wouldn't say.
Okay, so I won't even open this bag yet.
All right, I think I say it's mediocre pin.
Oh no!
It's Donald.
We keep getting this pin.
You'll have seen this on the channel for sure. So it's Donald.
In this series.
Yeah, in the series even. So Fire Truck Donald guy.
I think that because I think I've only opened this box for Rita with Rita in mind, so this also was. She got the double Disney Duck box. She got this and the Chaser Duck pin. It is a really fun pin, and honestly, a lot of people want to trade this pin. So it is a great value pin, and we love Donald.
We do.
I feel like I'm selling it, and you're supposed to be selling it, so I'm gonna step back.
I think it's a fun pin. I think whereas I loved the colors of the last one, I just thought it was a little bit more subdued and just classy.
I agree.
This
is a little more in your face.
Yeah, in general, I'm not like a huge fan of a lot of yellow. And so there's a lot of yellow in the pin. It's just a lot, I don't know. I know you're gonna think I just critique the other pin for not being color, and now like it's a little too much. Dial it back.
I didn't even think of that.
So this isn't consistent at all.
You're critiquing yourself.
But I don't know. It's an okay pin. I think it's like I love Donald, so I'm not gonna like trash it. It's just not great.
Well, you know what I think is a little unfair is that the first time we ever opened this, we were like, "This is an amazing pin." And the second time we opened it, we were like, "This is a cool pin," and now we're like, we're sick of this pin.
Maybe that is it. Maybe we're just...
I really think the pin itself is awesome, but I will say now
you have a chance.
that this is a chance. I will say if this is Lion King, maybe, unless there's one Lion King I'm looking for, but if this is like maybe Big Hero 6 or a pin I already have from the set, like this I have, it's a lot more even.
Yeah, Big Hero 6 is a pretty average pull, if below average.
Yeah. I like them, but it's not necessarily my favorite movie.
Yeah.
If this is one of the pins I'm looking for, though, that I've mentioned, I'd be pretty excited. All right, let's find out. I do have a high likelihood of getting a double from this.
Okay. Well, we're going to try to judge the pin on its quality.
Definitely not going to be two chasers, so I'm not going to, like, look for that stamp. We're just going to...
Can you not get two chasers?
No, you don't get two chasers, no.
Okay.
All right. How about this? Can I flash it to you and you tell me what movie it is?
Sure.
All right, and you guys guess. What movie do you think is going to be here? I already thought Hercules would be in the box, and I thought Aladdin and Hercules, so I feel like it's going to be Aladdin.
All right, see. It is Lion King.
Okay, that's nerve-wracking because...
I love the pin. This would be my own personal collection if I had one. Like,
okay, then I think I might know what it is.
It's
and I
really
think it's
cool.
the one I don't want.
What? Describe it.
It has Scar on it.
Scar is prominently featured.
Yes! Okay, I've had this pin, and I have gifted this pin to a friend of mine, Katie, actually, from Over the Mooney.
Then you can gift this one to me.
Because she loves Scar. Oh, we can put this on your board!
Yeah, I think this pin's really
cool. Now I
cool.
like it better, because I love Scar. The pin itself is a little...
Oh, no, I
just
disagree.
okay to me. All right, go ahead. You can defend Rawan's pin now, because I am not, like, feeling defending it.
All right, so this pin is awesome. Here's what I'm going to say. The colors are weird, and I like that. It kind of has a weird, like, 80s vibe, which is...
Yes, it does!
So it's like, if you ever notice, like...
It's an 80s villain.
If it's not even, like, you know what? It's not
Put
even...
him in a power suit.
It's not even true 80s. It's like when we make movies about the 80s, we use these colors, and I don't know why. It's, like, heavily prominently featured, like, neon pink.
Yeah.
So the moon has that neon pink 80s feel. Mm-hmm. And then you have, and then it's got, like, striking dark colors around it that make the pink really pop. And
He does look like his mane's flowing, like he's, like, fabulous.
Yeah, and you know what? He is also kind of an 80s villain. I know this movie's, from the early 90s. That's
right.
But at the same time, he's very 80s. Like, he pulls full-on betrayal. He really, like, he's only concerned about himself. I mean, he feels like an 80s bad guy, and it's kind of a cool color
combination. He doesn't
combination.
have, like, a lot of redeeming backstory. Like, back in the 80s and the 70s and all that time, like, we wanted, like, bad guys, Now our villains have to have, like, this complex, tragic, dark backstory that you kind of feel bad for them, and they could be redeemed, but like Scar's just like a jerk, and I love Scar. I think he's the best. He sings my favorite Disney song.
Oh yeah, no, Be Prepared's awesome.
Be Prepared. I love that song.
But you're right, like villains were.
But he's just bad.
Villains were allowed to be one note back then.
Yeah.
He is evil. There's no talk. There's no like.
He's great at being evil.
In no other way are you talking about it. He's just bad.
Yeah.
And you still like him about it. Like it feels. I don't know. I really like the pin, and I think the colors on this are much more striking than the colors on the Donald.
I think that you should quickly, and I do mean quickly because we could talk about this for a long time, but like I think you should quickly explain to them why you actually think Scar was a great leader.
I feel like we've done this on the channel before, but I'm sure that's been a long time ago.
We talk about this a lot.
I get accused all the time of thinking about things very strangely, and I mean I do, but. When I watch,
a unique perspective.
So when I watch The Lion King, everyone's just like, Scar's evil, and I don't really agree. I do think he's meant to be one note, but Mufasa, like, he's good for the giraffes and for, like, all, like, the high-end, top-end animals.
Right.
But, like, when...
The elephants are happy.
Yeah. I mean, for some reason the gazelles are happy, even though they have a lion ruler, which makes no sense. I'm actually thinking they're just so afraid they have to be there.
Okay.
So, like, actually the gazelles are faking it.
But who's not doing so well under Mufasa's reign?
Man, those hyenas are, like, downtrodden. They live in...
Elephant boneyard! Yeah, so sad!
In the worst place possible. They're completely just thrown in that boneyard, and then Scar takes over.
They don't have a lot of food.
Boom, straight to the top. Mm-hmm. I mean, really, Scar's a king of the underprivileged, and, like, dare I say, we know they're not good hunters anymore, so secretly the gazelles living it up. Like,
because the hyenas are not attacking the gazelles, they couldn't take one down.
Gazelle population.
I don't know
through the roof.
Who would win in a real life battle between a gazelle and a hyena.
So, I mean, like, if you were on the chopping block as lion's food, you love Scar. If you're a hyena, you love Scar. So, like, tons of people were living better under Scar's reign, and I think this is a lot of, like, Simba propaganda. And, like, so it's like, Scar might, like, we said he's one note, maybe that is a lie.
The most political we'll ever get on this channel.
I actually think maybe Scar's the true hero.
We've never said that one before. Well, he's definitely the hero for the hyenas.
And I'm going to argue the gazelles.
Okay, that's a new one. I haven't heard this argument before.
And I guess for lush trees, because there's less giraffes to be, like, nibbling on.
I actually feel like when you go back, when Simba goes back, like, it looks pretty bad. Like, the landscape, which I don't understand.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how does Scar make, like, drought happen or something?
And that's why I'm convinced that we're having an unreliable narrator situation. Like, there's no way a lion would...
Like, this is the story Simba told his grandkids or something?
Yeah, you're not seeing actual events, you're seeing lies that Simba's telling his family about, like, how much of a hero he is. Which, I mean, makes it a much more interesting story.
And I do want to just say, for all of you out there right now who are, like, shaking your heads, John loves The Lion King.
Love it.
Like, don't think that he's, like, a Lion King hater. He loves it.
Oh, but I mean, I'm there mostly for Be Prepared, and I'm full Team Scar.
Alright, I'm gonna now go ahead and show them these two pins.
Alright.
Alright, here is that fabulous, kind of 80s-ish Scar pin that we've spent a while talking about. Look at Scar's, like, flowing mane and the bright pink crescent moon. And then here's that Donald Duck pin. It's super friendly, it's super cute. We've just seen it, it's so hard to, like, have the same level of enthusiasm when you've seen a pin so many times. So before we actually analyze those pins, which I think are in a really close matchup, to be honest.
It's another close one, but we can dwell on it while we do the next round.
Most of these have been close. I feel like only one was like a pretty slam dunk, just because we called the pins we wanted and both of them were in it. When you opened for Beth.
Oh, I was also thinking, I remember...
From the Collectioneers Club. We said we wanted Chippendale, we got Chippendale. It's hard to beat.
I think you're also forgetting too, there was like one of the first ones we did was Becka. I think Becka...
Oh, you're right! Becka had a slam dunk win too, because I said there were 2 Animal Kingdom pins I wanted, and both of them were in there. So it's insane.
And we're about to do Becca's second round, so...
Yes, because remember, our last 2 YouTubers are Becka and Karen, and they know each other. So like, I mean, I know a lot of YouTubers do, but like, they definitely know each other, so it's always a little hard to go up against your friend, you know? So I know they'll be happy for whoever wins. I'm really excited. But, now we just have to decide who's opening which pin box for which YouTuber, so I'm gonna quickly just go behind your back.
Okay. I'll close my eyes.
Close your eyes. Alright, I'm gonna put them near your hands, and you just pick which one you want to represent. You picked both.
Well, now that I have both. Choose this one. We got Karen.
That makes a lot of sense. John and Karen are definitely going to go to Las Vegas together.
Yeah, Las Vegas buddies.
Karen already said she first drinks are on her because she won her last round.
I said huge mistake. She didn't put a dollar limit on the first drink.
Yeah, there's going to be some like Dom flowing if I'm there.
Yeah, top shelf only. Then we're gonna cheap out round 2.
I don't want top shelf. I want you to go into the back.
Back
room stuff.
Ooh.
Like I want to see the things that you're not even showing the public.
Like wine cellar stuff.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. And so that means I'm opening for Becka! Okay, we have 2 fun boxes for these girls. Both are, oh no, actually.
This one's one.
They're both limited release. I didn't even realize that.
That's for being fair again.
That's really cool. All right, just go ahead and hold up the box that you're gonna open for Karen.
Disney Grins, which I think we've done at least once before in another opening recently.
Vicky. That was Vicky's first round win. And I really like these pins, and a lot of people don't see these pins very frequently. Like,
they're pretty cool.
I've bought these on eBay and been holding on to them for a while. They are cool, and like I said, that round went to overtime.
It did.
But the pins are really fun.
And I think what's kind of fun about the pins is, I think as a pin box in general, maybe this is a bad thing, but I think for a competition it's fun. I think there's a wide disparity between the quality of the pins in the set.
Like, some of them are like top shelf, and some of them are well drinks.
Yeah, like, that's really good. I think like some of them like are barely grinning, and others are like ridiculous.
Yes.
And you want the ridiculous. Like, I'm buying Disney Grins, I want it to look really absurd. And then some of them, like, their mouths are barely open.
Yeah.
So I think quality control should have, like, realized it didn't make complete sense. Yeah. And that's what makes it fun when we open these now.
And there's a huge array of characters, so that's pretty cool, too.
And it looks like 2 chasers.
2 chasers, yes. So these boxes are actually pretty different, the ones that Karen and Becca are opening. But we picked this one for Karen because you must be watching Karen by this point. If you haven't, like, definitely after this. But, like, Karen just laughs her head off during every video. That's one of the reasons I like Karen. Because you've always, our whole relationship, told me that I am my own biggest fan.
Oh yeah, she really is.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like Karen must be her own biggest fan too. Like, she does make me laugh, but like, she makes herself laugh first, and I appreciate that. I love it. You can tell she is having a good time, and you will have a good time, or else.
Oh, she's threatening as well.
No, Karen and I are going to be doing a swap together this summer. Okay. And she told me something along the lines of, like, if I bought myself the things that, like, she bought for me, she was going to, like, punch me or something like that. Sorry, Karen, I'm spilling, like, our dirty laundry. I'm airing our dirty laundry.
All right, so we have I'm opening.
That's what you're opening. For Becca, I'm going to be opening the new Fantasyland box, which is, I wanted to say it was open edition, but no, it is limited release. And now there are no chasers in this one, but that's fine. I still need a lot of these pins, but I do have some of them. And I kind of just think, okay, like you were saying with Karen's box, there are going to be high risk, high reward. I like all the pins in this set. So it's almost like there are a couple that I really, really want and none I don't want.
That's fair. No, we've opened these before.
It's a little more even keel.
These have been opened before as well, and I want to say that person did not move forward.
No, she did. It was Rawan.
Oh, but it was tight. I think that went over
That
too.
was probably also, we've had a lot of overtime.
There were some critiques about the local tavern girls.
Yes.
Not being up.
Somebody called me the Bimbettes, I think.
Is that what they're actually called?
that my friend Melissa, who also made me these awesome ears at the Disney YouTube channel, Pixie Dust and Pins. She's also our Disney travel agent. So feel free to watch her videos and reach out to her if you need a Disney travel agent. But she told me they were called the Bimbettes.
Did she lie? Are we confident? I didn't do any research.
I didn't research it. I just took her word
We'll
for
believe
it.
her.
Yeah.
She
Thanks,
also holds our trip in her hands, so
she could
I
just
can't.
probably cancel that.
Yeah, I can't afford to like piss her off.
We spent a lot of money. All right, so this is you're already like opening that box. I still haven't even shown the camera.
I know where it's going.
What kind of YouTuber are you?
I mean, I don't have a channel.
It's essentially half your channel at this
Oh,
point.
that's sweet.
You're welcome.
Thank
Maybe
you.
like 40%. I still want like controlling ownership.
All right, that's fair. I mean, you have with 51%. As long as you had that.
I want 60.
Okay.
So, oh, and I just want to say that Belle is one of Becca's favorite princesses. She, along with Snow White, are two of Becca's main collections. I'm sure you know that, but I'll just say it. And I'm really excited to open this box as well. Both of these boxes I think are super cool.
And me and Karen are very excited to win this competition.
Oh my goodness.
Which we will.
Becca and I are just going to sit here smugly and be like, let you think you could win.
Just wait till we pull Sebastian first, and you're like gonna lose all confidence.
That would be a good one, but it's not my top.
Sebastian's like a top ever Disney grin.
We'll see.
Like in movie Disney grin, he's got the best grin. Because you know, like he knows he's better than you.
I don't feel like Sebastian thinks he's better than us. We have very different Sebastian opinions.
Well, we'll talk about it once I pull him.
So John is opening pins for Karen. Karen, I've already spoken quite a bit about her channel, but you will like her channel if you like fun, entertaining human beings who do lots and lots of Disney pin content, including unboxings, who do tons of subscription boxes, who do tons of hauls, who do vlogs of Disney and non-Disney, and as well as she's also subscribed to Pop in a Box, which I feel like I might be getting pretty soon. Thank you so much, Karen, for getting me to spend more money. And here's that Disney Grins box. John's really feeling Sebastian. Okay, what I'm most hoping to see today are pins I just haven't seen yet. I've opened both chasers. They are Happy from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and Baloo from the Jungle Book. They're both very cute, but they're not necessarily my favorite characters. I do love this Dumbo pin. I have opened it before, but then I gifted it to a friend, so I would not mind getting it again because I do think it's cute. Sebastian is pretty awesome, not gonna lie. We loved Thumper, but we have Thumper. I would most like to get Beast. That's my number one, and John's number one is Sebastian. So if we got that combo, that'd be pretty hard to beat. I also really, really, really love Abu. He'd be a top for me, so Abu and Dumbo, and Beast and Sebastian. I would really not like to get Jiminy Cricket. Kronk's like fine, but I don't really collect him at all, so I don't even know what I would do with him. And Simba, as much as I like Simba, I do think he looks a little weird. Also, don't cats like bare their teeth when they want to attack? It's a little strange. And Becca from DisneyKittee, you will like her channel? You probably already do, let's be honest. But you know what? Becca is actually the one who introduced me to the Miss Alley Cakes, who has hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So, you know, we all find out about bigger YouTubers in some way or other. So you might be finding out about Becca from this channel. Who the heck knows? If you love Disney content, and if you love Disney pin content especially, you will definitely really love Becca's channel. So I'll be opening up the new Fantasyland box in honor of Becca. I think this is a beautiful box. I love the front cover. John and I kind of feel that, we've talked about before, that these pins, some of them could be a little bit better drawn, but I do think that, you know, I just love the theming of them. This is my main princess collection, one of my main pin collections overall. I do have both Belle's, I do have Gaston, I call them the triplets, they could be the Bimbettes, I guess I'm gonna trust Melissa there. I've opened up LeFou and I opened up Cogsworth last time. So my perfect box would definitely be Beast and Lumiere, although I would not turn my nose up at Mrs. Potts and Chip or Maurice as well to complete the set. But I do like a lot of these. Okay, I opened first last time, so you're gonna start and end, and we will sit comfortably in the middle.
That's fine. Going first and last is definitely a huge advantage.
Now, I did say at the camera that your number one is Sebastian. What was your second pin choice?
Oh, we're gonna open our two. We're gonna open our two top ones.
Oh, yeah, are we?
It's gonna be Sebastian
And Beast.
and Beast, yeah, because Beast has the
That'd be hard to beat.
Not just hard to beat, impossible to beat, because Beast has that like funny ugly grin.
I don't know if I opened the Beast and Lumiere, that would be pretty impossible to beat.
Lumiere's pretty solid.
I'm gonna say if we open Beast and Sebastian and Beast and Lumiere, we'll just go to overtime, like guaranteed, because that would be crazy to even call that.
Shout out to the Grin's bags, by the way. They were a lot easier to open the blind bags. I enjoyed that.
These are also nice and easy to tear, but sometimes the limited release ones have tougher bags for protection's sake.
Checking to see if it says
Open these up.
All right, interesting. It's a chaser pin.
Oh, okay.
I'm
actually not in love with the chaser pins from this set.
I'm gonna see.
Sorry, Karen.
Oh no.
Wait, is it at least blue?
It is not blue.
Darn.
It's Doc, right?
No, it's Happy, because he's the happy grinning
Oh,
dwarf. I even said that. The camera weren't listening. You can't have 40% of this channel.
I'll sell 5% just for.
That's fair.
I thought, you know what? I thought Doc had like a brownish hat. That's why I was confused.
I don't remember, but
Okay, so here.
he's super happy looking, and Doc has glasses.
Let me try to defend it. It kind of seems alright. If I saw this pin,
yeah,
and I did not know what set it was from,
yeah,
I would say he's winking.
Yeah, he is winking. So he's happy.
He's winking slyly, and probably just an all-around happy dude. But I would not have called this a grin.
Yeah.
Because to me, like a grin is like big teeth, like maybe like laughing.
Wow, you're not doing a good job defending Karen. She's probably sitting there super offended and yelling right at the TV.
Karen, I'm sorry. You're gonna see this pin. You're gonna agree with me. He's just a naturally happy guy.
She loves the Seven Dwarfs. She is not gonna agree.
He is not currently grinning. I'm sorry. I didn't make this pin.
But can I take a look at it? I will say, I don't love the dwarves. I do think this is an adorable pin, and maybe I can like gift it to Karen or something. Someone who will appreciate it more. I do think he's adorable, even though he's rocking like a pretty serious neck beard.
Oh, I was just gonna bring that up. All right, maybe it's because I don't watch this. I haven't seen this movie since I was like a little kid.
Yeah.
Do the dwarves not have real beards? This is a neck beard.
It is.
You see his full
At least in this representation of
you see his
Happy.
full round cheeks, not a
and his chin.
No even stubble, but he's got a full white pure neck beard, no mustache.
No mustache.
What is Happy doing?
Like some serious manscaping, dwarfscaping.
No, that's the opposite of dwarfscaping. I like the idea of dwarfscaping.
Alright, well we gotta see what pin this is up against. So Karen, you best be hoping this is like LeFou, I would say. Yeah, that's who you're hoping for, Karen.
Let's go LeFou.
Alright. Oh, it's Gaston! I was gonna say LeFou or Gaston. This is
really?
also not the strongest start.
Let me see it. Oh, I like Gaston.
No, it's a cool pin, but I already have Gaston, and I don't think it's like one of the best pins of the set. Like, if it was one I already had, but it was one of the coolest of the set, that would be a different discussion. Wow, so this is the exact opposite of the first matchup we had, where those started out with like two of the best possible pins. These are kind of two of the lower end pins.
Okay.
Oh, well, ladies, you are like super close. Now, Gaston, I will say, is my favorite villain, because I think he's super realistic.
Yeah, he is. Really realistic. Depressingly so.
Yeah, depressingly really, yeah, that people exist like Gaston. But, I don't know, the pin is not knocking me away with its details.
Oh, wait, hold on, wait. I just thought something. I also want to defend one aspect of Gaston. Like, not his treatment of women.
Okay, thank you.
Or how he, or his just general demeanor in the village.
Okay.
But,
yes,
if I lived, not even in a small village, in a reasonably sized town, or the city that I currently do, and someone showed me definitive mirror proof that a gigantic monster lived within like a 10-minute walk.
I see where you're going.
And had captured a real woman, I would be a monster not to intercede. And I think everyone honestly would.
I mean, the Beast does capture Maurice.
The Beast did bad stuff.
And then imprisons Belle.
Now
we have talked about the fact that while I love Beauty and the Beast, all forms of it, I mean, it's not the best love story.
No, I just think it's a little devoid. I actually think it's probably better in the live action.
Yes, it is. I agree with that.
But no, I just think that's because of like timing. They only have a certain amount of time in the movie.
Yeah.
I'm willing to forgive it that. My only point is we cannot come down on Gaston for going to kill a literal monster when everyone would have in that day and age. Like, it would be just an expectation. If he had shrugged and gone, a monster lives in some strange castle we've never heard of.
Yeah. It's like he's like down the street.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to go.
Alright, well, so we have some Gaston defense, but that's still not defending the pin. Just the character.
Okay. At first, from a distance, really cool pin. His muscles look great.
Yeah, no, he, like, really worked on those muscles.
Oh, another good Gaston point. What was up with the casting live-action movie
Luke Evans.
Luke Evans.
He's
I actually
little...
really enjoy his acting, but Luke Evans...
Not buff enough?
Yeah, Gaston's supposed to be enormous.
He is.
Luke Evans...
He's roughly the size of a barge.
Yeah, like, I think Luke Evans doesn't eat as many eggs as Gaston apparently does.
Definitely. He was like a couple dozen shy each day.
I was expecting, like, John Cena size.
Yeah.
Like,
that is more Gaston-y.
I also would have really enjoyed John Cena singing. Because I feel like it wouldn't have been good. But Gaston being awful at singing... Yeah, him singing would have been really entertaining.
Yeah. Alright, so I will say... Not my favorite pins to start.
Also, I dropped the dwarf pin and I've been trying to play it off.
Well, we don't even get to count it.
No, it counts. I still think, I don't know, it's a toss-up.
I'm actually torn between these pins. I'm shocked I'm torn, but I'm torn.
To be Karen happy, I do like the purple background on my happy pin.
He's throwing that in there at the end, Karen.
That's all I got.
So here is Karen's happy pin. It is a chaser, I'll say that. And it does have a nice background. Yeah, bold graphic colors, I guess. It's nice. He's very clearly happy, and he is rocking a pretty substantial neck beard. Just not one of my favorite characters. Not my favorite villain, but not one of my favorite pins. I actually find this to be a little bit lacking in the background. Like, okay, so Gaston himself looks great, but in the background, like, couldn't it be a really cool tavern look or something? Like, it's just a little basic to me. I don't know if I'm feeling this pin overall too much. I just don't know. All right, now we have a chance to set the tone right with this second pin.
All right, let's see how it goes.
Beast Lumiere. Beast Lumiere, that would really do it. If this is LeFou, I would be pretty disappointed. That's the only one that would, like, maybe the Bimbets. Those two would kind of disappoint me. I cannot tell from the shape. I'm not good at that. Okay, so we just gotta tear into it. I really hope it's Beast. Gaston and Beast would be a really cool box to get together.
That would be a cool box.
I'm so sorry, Becca. I'm so sorry.
Oh, wow.
It's...
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It is. It's LeFou. I've opened the same box before. And it's just, I think they're the two least cool pins in the set. Now, I will say, the problem I have with the Gaston pin, I don't have a problem with this pin at all. There's crap ton of details on this pin. And it's LeFou, and the background is the statue of, like, LeFou essentially, like, raising Gaston on his shoulders, kind of. That's a nice way, I think, of saying it. So I actually think the details in this pin are great. But I was really hoping to get a better character than LeFou.
I'm gonna have to
especially because I already had him.
I have to add another negative into this.
Yeah, of course.
LeFou, first of all...
By the way, I bet this is the first time Karen has ever found herself, like, thinking mean things about Becca.
LeFou, when she shows up close, I think LeFou looks like a mole person in this.
He's not an attractive guy in the movies.
No, but he's way worse on this pin. Like, I would have thought this was like...
Bad.
If you
it's a pretty bad look for LeFou.
If you would just show me this character, just like I complained about Happy, if you'd show me this character, I would have said, is that one of the friends of, like, from Mr. Toad's Wild Ride? Yeah. I would have thought it was like there's a mole guy in that. Like,
yeah.
And I would have thought that's who it was. I don't yell at me, I don't know who that is. It's like, I don't know. There's a badger, there's a mole guy. I would have thought it was the mole guy from that movie. All right, he doesn't look quite human.
Before we look at your pin,
okay.
I think that it's pretty clear that, like, Beast would just flat out win it for Karen.
And so does Sebastian.
Sebastian would flat out win it. Maybe also Dumbo?
Ooh, I'm not...
Oh, you don't like the Dumbo, though. Okay,
no.
So we could talk about the Dumbo.
Dumbo's
or there was one other one I liked.
Well, I think two straight wins, the rest are conversations.
I think that, the rest would definitely be conversations because there are a lot of pins from the set I'm not crazy about, actually, from the Grins. Like, Kronk I didn't want. Simba, I kind of just think it looks a little weird.
I'd have to see it.
Yeah. Alright. Let's see. Let's see how close this matchup's gonna be.
Somehow I managed to not even mention this one, which leads me to believe it's a conversation. I say it's in the middle. It's Abu.
That's one of the ones I wanted!
Yeah, he looks great.
He looks really cool!
And I wouldn't have known, because I didn't go to the third one down on my list, but now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if any other one that we talked about would beat this one. Yeah. This might be the third best in the set. The only thing I don't know that I love everything about his smile. That's actually what you want from a Disney grin. His hat looks great, the fez.
It might be the grinniest grin.
Yes. He looks devious, it feels like it fits the character. I don't know that I love the dark green background. I don't really remember that as a prominent color in the movie.
Yeah, can I say, You know, I'm gonna kind of agree with you there, but I also don't necessarily know what color I would have preferred.
Because if I think of that movie, I think of a lot of, I would say like a lot of blue.
Purple, like the magic carpet.
The red of Jafar, and like near the end of the movie, even Jasmine.
Or the blue of Genie, you think of.
Yeah, or even the dark cave where it's more gray and ominous.
Yeah.
I can't think of a single thing that's green in that movie off the top of my head. So it's like maybe it's in it, but it just doesn't come to my mind.
The movie has a bold color scheme.
But none of it dark green. None of it that I can think of as dark green.
Yeah, they probably just thought that it looked really good against like his fur, I'm guessing. And it does look good.
Yeah, just a weird choice.
Yeah.
It does not take away my enjoyment of the pin. I still think we win, Karen, personally. We'll discuss it.
We'll have to discuss it.
But I think that's the only weird choice in the pin. The rest of it's great.
Karen's now going to start collecting a boo.
We can settle this one.
We just started a new collection for you. All right, well, let's go ahead and compare these pins. Okay, so at first, my eye at least goes right to the cool details on this pin, which is the fountain. And I love that background. I love it. I really do enjoy the statue, and I kind of like LeFou looking up at it. But my problem with this pin is not the background, it's actually the character. So I had the exact opposite issues that I have with the Gaston pin. And LeFou, he's definitely looking pretty rough in this pin as well. It's just not necessarily my fave. Here is the Abu pin. Looking at the camera, his eyes are super wide. They're a little scary. They're a little scary excited, but I do like his grin. I like his little fez. I don't think that the green color is necessarily bad, but I do wonder what else they could have done. If maybe a red would have been really popping, or a bright sunny yellow might have been really cool, or something like that. But he was definitely in my upper tier. He was, I think, the third character I was interested in getting from this set. So what we have to do next is put the pin board together to show you guys and go over these matchups and see who's going to move on to the final four. Here is our pin board with these four fabulous Disney YouTubers. Let's take over a quick walk down memory lane to see what they got in their boxes. Rita got first the chip pin that I was so excited to get, and then the Donald pin, which is a really nice pin, and if I had not opened him before, I'd be like super over the moon. So I feel like I do need to keep that into account, because just looking at the quality of the pins, I think this is one of the nicest box sets I've ever opened. And then Rawan started off super strong with a chaser, and a chaser that totally reminded me of Rawan, and I feel like that needs to be taken into account as well. And then she got the Scar pin, which I'm not that into, honestly, but John wants on his own personal pin board, and like, guys, he never says he wants pins on his personal pin board, really. So that's pretty special. That's gonna be a tough one, guys. And then we just did, of course, Becka versus Karen, and I was so excited for the new Fantasyland set, but I don't know that I was that thrilled with either of the pins that were pulled. And I had really different opinions about them, with Gaston being such a great character, but kind of a lackluster pin. And then LeFou's pin actually being pretty cool looking, but LeFou himself, not my favorite character. And then Karen started off really slow, to be honest, because, like, I mean, Happy's just not necessarily our favorite pin, and we wanted a whole bunch of them from this set. It is cool to get a chaser, but I already had this chaser. And then she really surprised us with the Abu pin, who was one of my tops, but not at the top of the pins. And we had some kind of issues with a couple of the details, like the coloring. So now time for us to make some decisions and see which two of these awesome ladies are going to make it into the final four. Are you having strong opinions about any of these matchups?
Yeah, I think the Rita Rawan matchup is...
That's when you're having, like, you know who wins?
Yeah, like, I definitely know who wins, for me.
Oh, no, because I feel like I know who wins the other one. The Becka Karen matchup. Do you not know who wins that one?
No, I have a feeling I know who wins both, but I feel stronger about the Double R matchup.
Ooh, I'm really surprised by that. I think that is almost too close to call. Okay, well, I'm interested to hear that.
Yep.
But since I think we're both having stronger feelings about the second matchup, should we just decide that one first?
The second one?
Yeah, Becka Karen.
Okay.
Get ready to point in 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Yep.
We both did vote for Karen from Karen's USA Adventures. Now, I will say, Karen got pretty lucky here. Her box was not a slam dunk.
Yeah, it's pretty it's like middle of the road.
It's very middle. But you know what? I said this in the last video. Sometimes it's not about who like wins and puts up a dominant performance.
That's fair.
It's about who like just survived. And so Karen, you survived to the final four.
You know what's actually kind of crazy about
What's
it too?
that?
We opened up saying that the grin pins were high risk, high reward, and then that box ended
Was
up being
middle of the road.
mediocre.
Yeah.
And then the safe box of Belle.
Right, where I thought I was gonna like pretty much every pin in it.
No, and we found the ones you said you did not want.
That was so unlikely.
So yeah, we really
So unlikely.
we prepped it very improperly.
Well, it just, you know, it goes to show you that these kinds of things really are a mystery.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we had certain opinions and ideas going into them, and we thought both boxes were a great matchup, and like one didn't have an unfair advantage, and turns out they really didn't. Because the box
true.
that we kind of thought would be safer lost. And it happens.
It does. It really does.
So, now you're saying you have strong feelings about Rita's Main Street Magic versus Rawan's film strip pins.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that we should. I think I know what you're gonna think is what's going through my head, and I wonder if you know what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So let's find out. Point to your winner in 3, 2, 1.
We disagree.
We disagree, and you know what's funny? I feel like every time we've disagreed, it's always been in support of the other person's pins.
It has. I can't.
We're so fair.
We try to be.
We try to be
I'm not.
fair.
I just can't vote against the scar pin. I love it.
And I don't think I can vote against that chip pin because I really wanted it for my collection.
So we're gonna have like a final overtime. before the
We're
final
gonna
four?
need overtime. I actually think that's a super close matchup because both of the first pins I loved, and both the second pins I thought were okay.
Interesting, because actually, the way I did it was, I actually love the chip pin just like she does, and I really love the scar pin, but I kind of tried to, in my head, even them out. I think the chip pin has so much detail and all of it's nice.
Yes.
So I was like, I personally would not want the chip pin for myself, but I'll give it credit for how nice it is.
Yeah.
But I think the Meg and Hercules pin is just better than the Donald
Yeah.
pin. So I went the second.
I agree with you there, but to me the matchup would have been the Meg and Herc versus Chip and Dale. Or Chip, I mean. I'm so used to saying Chip and Dale. And Scar versus Donald. And I found both of those to be very equal.
I guess if you twist it to make it.
Well, if we twisted it and you said Scar versus Chip,
I
would
call it
pick
tie.
Chip.
Yeah.
I would pick Chip 100%. And it was Donald versus Herc and Meg, I would actually call Herc and Meg, so I'd still be left with a tie.
I agree. I think the main issue is that I just prefer the scar pin, whereas you prefer Chip, and that's what's causing all
that's
the.
what's causing the trouble.
Yeah, we usually actually agree.
The second pin couldn't sway either of us enough.
Yes, that's true.
In the set. So that's what overtime is for. Not when we yeah, we've used it when we really just couldn't pick, but like we both picked and we can't agree. So definitely a good use of overtime.
So I guess let's pick a bag or a box.
You know what? I feel like we should pick a bag.
Oh yeah,
and we'll throw one pin away, essentially. Not really.
That was
but
my
you know what I
concept
mean.
last time.
Yeah, but this time they'll get 2 each to battle it out. So even more pins for us to analyze.
I was already thinking it, so I'm excited.
Alright, I gave John some bag options, and as soon as I said this one, he went, that's the one that I want to do.
It's really
so
cool.
I support that 100% because it's totally on theme, too. Well, it's the wrong sport, but it's on theme for a competition. So we have here the Fantasyland football bag set, and I love this bag.
It's really, really
I didn't
awesome.
think I was going to, but I really love it. Essentially, it's the idea that, like, Disneyland dreamers are facing off against the Walt Disney World wonders, and they take prominent icons from the parks, both of the parks, and they pit them against each other.
And they're mostly like ride based, right? Like a character from
They're
Ride.
largely ride based, yes, but they don't have to be. Like Pecos Bill is a counter service restaurant
Sure.
in Walt Disney World, so there are some differences there, but they are largely ride based. So wrong sport, March Madness is all about basketball, but that's okay. Football will help us out in our time of need. So let me just cut this open.
So then I guess we'll just pick out one pin to discard and not throw away.
The first pin won't count, essentially, in the overtime because it won't belong to anyone. Do you want to pick that first one?
Yeah, I'll pick the one that doesn't count.
Okay.
I'm going to be devastated if it's really good.
If it's a Hatbox Ghost.
Wait, I know what this is.
What is it?
It's going to be Orange Bird.
Ooh, that is great that it's out of the competition though, because I'd already want to be like rooting for the person who got Orange Bird.
Because I felt the like leaf wings.
Nice.
Right away. I was like, it's got to be Orange Bird.
Orange Bird is so cute. I am gonna do like a full-on background tour coming up soon, guys. But I do have like a little Orange Bird section back here, so we'll just keep Orange Bird. You know what? I might keep him there all month. I think he's adorable. You probably can't even see him, but I'll see him.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were picking for Rita and I was picking for Rawan. Should we keep that going?
Actually, I'm going to pitch that we swap.
Because we voted for the other people. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I'm not backing Rawan. Betrayed Rita completely. And like Rawan's friend here was like, nope, she deserves to lose. So.
Yeah, Rita probably started the video liking you a lot, and now she's probably like, oh, I'd shave your beard if I could in your sleep.
It's terrible.
Well, not because she's bad, just because I'm thinking of that.
So she's gonna pull the first one for Rita.
All right, this is for Rita, Rita girl. Like, what are we hoping for? Definitely, Hatbox goes to be a winner from Disneyland and Walt Disney World. I think the best winner was just pulled with Orange Bird, but that Maleficent pin's pretty cool.
I was thinking Maleficent would be a big one. If you're a huge Splash Mountain fan, I can see the Brer Fox being a big one.
And you know what? I have a lot of these pins, so I think we just go based on the pin itself and not whether it's a double or not.
I've said it again in every video. I don't care about doubles.
I know. All right, Rita, your first pin is Brer Fox. I'm so sorry.
I don't think that's a bad pull out. Like, it's a lot of people love Brer Fox.
Yes, and I actually do think it's a very cool design.
Yeah, the actual.
I don't like this character. I don't like this ride, but I do think the pin's pretty neat.
I actually like the character. And I think the lettering does, like, it's supposed to be like this is a sports team, and the lettering is like really well done to where I feel like a sports team would choose that lettering, so it's very thematic.
Yeah, maybe this isn't actually as big of a negative as I thought it might be.
I listed it on my best pulls.
Oh, you did? I
like,
didn't
just
listen.
for you. I said
I was so excited.
I said if you're a Splash Mountain fan, you might want to pull Brer Fox, and then you pulled.
Though.
I know. I would say it's a middle of the road pin. It's like one of those ones you're happy to pull because you're not like out of the competition now.
That's true, and it's also not like if somebody did get Hatbox Ghost, I'd be probably rooting pretty hardcore for them. So I really do hope he's not in here because that would be pretty unfair. All right, so I'm just gonna put Brer Fox on Rita's card, and now John's gonna pick for Rawan. All right, go ahead.
Okay, wait, can you hold it for me?
Oh yes, okay.
All right, pull for Rawan. First one.
What's it gonna be?
Ooh, I think we're not, this is the bottom of the list. It's Buff.
The buffalo from Country Bear.
That's what I was worried he was. Oh man, we usually skip this.
I would say these probably would have been my bottom two of the entire bag. No, Pico Spill, maybe.
Oh no, I like Pico Spill.
Oh, well, so not for you. I do...
Pico Spill makes me think of...
Do you think this one looks like a sports mascot?
Like, yeah, sad one. Like, I don't know. I'm just disappointed in this. I feel bad for Rawan.
I mean, look. I like the shape. I'll say I do like the shape of the pin.
Here's why
I just don't know if I get it.
I would have. She said Pico Spill. I would much prefer Pico Spill because then I think of like fun taco salads. Like that makes me kind of happy. But like this just makes me think of like, all right, like a long show. That
to be fair, we haven't done Country Bear in a long time, and I'm looking forward to doing it on our family trip in July.
I enjoy Country Bears, but I do not enjoy it as much as food.
Fair. No. Yes. No. Neither do I.
Which is why Pico Spill would have been a better pick.
And you know what I think is cool about that too? I like that with Pico Spill at least that they picked a counter service restaurant instead of like a ride to theme a mascot on. Like it's clever. All right, let's add this to Rawan's board. But I will say, I don't know that either lady is experiencing, running away with it mascot yet, so,
I'd say slight edge Brer Fox, but...
Slight edge.
Unless these are also even, that's unlikely to influence the matchup.
Agreed. Okay, so, oh, here, you hold it, so no shenanigans can be going on.
Unless I should pull twice.
No, I'll pull.
Okay.
We'll go back and forth. All right. This one. Actually, do you want to also pull yours, and we'll look at them at the same time, and we'll, feel like...
We'll say how confident we feel.
Confident on a scale of 0, no confidence, we're definitely losing, 10, the most confident you've ever been in your life.
Okay.
4?
I'm at like a 7 or an 8 of
That's
confidence.
Better than a 4.
So I'm more confident, so I should reveal first, maybe?
Yeah.
I got the Auctioneer.
Oh my goodness gracious.
And I really love that because I really like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. I think it's a really cool part of the ride. Maybe the most fun outside of the very long cavern area.
I love it in Disneyland, and I really dislike it in Disney World. It's a very strange
Yeah, so like,
difference.
the auctioneer, I think, does he have more lines in Disneyland? It feels like he does.
I honestly, the whole ride is longer in Disneyland, so I wouldn't be surprised, but I haven't even done it in Disney World in so long that I'm a bad, like, person.
Oh, when we were in Disneyland, we rode Pirates nonstop. Loved it. And then what I will also say is, the way the pin, when it gets up close, it pins the entire, it's actually shaped like a hat as it writes an auctioneer.
Yes.
Which makes it an unbelievably cool pin to just look at.
I'm a little ambivalent about it, but the problem is I'm also ambivalent about this last pin, but I think you're gonna laugh.
Okay.
It's Pico's Bill.
Oh man, Pico's Bill is pretty cool. They both have hats.
They both do have hats. I do think mine looks more mascot-y.
Mine looks way cooler.
Yours is almost more like art.
Yeah, because even if you look at it, even his...
I can't see an actual mascot looking like that.
The guy's face and the way they kind of designed, like, his look kind of even underlines the auctioneer, and the auctioneer word is the hat. It's a very artsy way to do it.
It is.
Which makes you think, like, someone got paid a lot to make this look.
I'm gonna go ahead and add, so Pico's Bill's for Rita.
Yep.
So now I'm, like, really torn whether I'm even glad or not Orange Bird wasn't in here, because I think whoever had gotten Orange Bird was an insta-win.
Maybe
These are my least 4 favorite pins of the entire set. What are the odds of that?
I just feel like I'm at the same issue, is that I thought Rawan won in the first place. These pins have done nothing to change that.
I would say I still think that Rita won, and I think she has the slight edge because I think the buff pin is the worst pin. So if I had to average them out, I'd say Brer Fox and Pico's Bill are like a 4 each, and Auctioneer maybe is like a 6, and buff is like a 1. So that's a 3.5 average, so I would say Rita has a slight advantage of 4 over 3.5.
If we let her bring in nonsense math into the equation, and then that she just...
The whole thing is nonsense! Alright guys, so here's what we're looking at. Brer Fox and Pico's Bill for Rita. Some of you are probably like, I'm loving that Brer Fox, or I'm loving that Pico's Bill, and we're just not having those same emotions, friends. And then over here for Rawan, we have the Auctioneer, and we have Buff, and I do like the Auctioneer, but I really don't like Buff, so I feel like they average out to be like kind of meh. And I think Rita's are kind of meh to just begin with, so I don't know that we've solved anything with this overtime. So you had the thought.
Well, I'm trying to think about it. So, like, I think the pins haven't managed to win out, so now I'm trying to think of, like, is there another way to evaluate the pins? And the only thing I can think of is, I'm like, alright, with Brer Fox, basically, Rita's pins are like, would you rather go on Splash Mountain and then get food at Pico's Bill, or would you rather see the Country Bears Jamboree and then go on Pirates of the Caribbean? That's the only other way I can think of doing it. And it really depends what time it is, because if it's like noon, I'm definitely gonna like go Splash Mountain, Pico's Bill. But if it's morning, actually, if it's morning, I'm never going to Country Bears Jamboree. Actually, you know what? I'm equally torn because I never want to go on Splash, and I would like to eat at Pico's Bill. I would like to go on one of the Pirates of the Caribbean, not the other. And I'm kind of not that into Country Bears, I guess. So I just still feel meh. Do we go double overtime?
Yes.
Okay.
I pick something completely different.
That's fair. Sorry for the long video.
You know, I feel like people are gonna love. This is our first double overtime with the same YouTubers.
Double R's, double overtime.
Wow, yeah. The very first time we did overtime in this series, we picked the Hollywood Studios, like, clapper boards or whatever they're called.
I don't know.
Like take one, cut. I don't know.
It's good too because like we're on like the third take of this battle.
Yeah.
So it's
no,
fitting.
like this is just such a tie. Oh my goodness gracious. So we're gonna go for just a box. Best pin wins, and yes, that can be subjective, but we're really hoping to like maybe pull one great one and one not great one to put an end to this matchup.
Alright, I'm gonna still pull for Rawan. I should pull first.
Okay, and I'll pull for Rita, and I'll pull second.
Yep.
Well, I guess I'll take what's left.
Because I took what's left last time.
Yeah.
Alright.
So it's a box inspired by Hollywood Studios, so all the characters are on these boards, and I do think that the style is really cute, and these actually look amazing in person. The first time we did this, we got Stitch and Mickey, and we both easily agreed that Stitch was better than Mickey. We definitely have our favorites, though. I most want Maleficent and Lightning McQueen, and I least want Kermit the Frog and Mr. Incredible would be my #1 bottom. What would your top 2 be?
I want Jack Skellington.
And Lightning McQueen.
And Lightning. Maleficent is actually a close third.
Okay.
She just looks very cool in the set. It's a well-designed pin for her.
And what are your bottom two?
I don't want Tinkerbell.
Oh, I like Tinkerbell.
I just don't think it's a very good shot of Tinkerbell. She's kind of like, her hair's kind of even cut off.
Okay.
I don't want Mickey. I don't want Mr. Incredible. I hate Mr. Incredible.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that if someone gets Mr. Incredible, the other person wins.
I'm not talking the whole movie. I just think Mr. Incredible isn't even the most interesting character in his own movie.
I'd rather see a different character from like Edna.
Yeah. So there's a lot of other characters in the movie I would have preferred. Okay. I'm not the biggest... So I would think it's, the three I listed and maybe Stitch fourth.
Yeah, but we just did get Stitch already, but...
I'm just saying if I'm just evaluating
let's not even, worry about... If it's Stitch versus Mickey again, though.
Alright, we got blind bags. We're going to have to open them anyway.
Are you surprised there aren't blind bags?
Kind of. I don't know why.
I think you're getting a little, like tired from all, this opening.
I'm definitely tired.
Alright.
Alright, so I'm pulling for Rawan.
And I'm pulling for Rita.
So we kind of know what we need now.
Yep. Now the tough thing is if they're both kind of middle of the road.
So I'm going to hope... So my top two, again, are Jack and Lightning McQueen.
And mine are Lightning McQueen and Maleficent, but Maleficent above Lightning, actually.
And I have Maleficent at 3. So I think I'll feel great if I get one of the 3. Especially good if I get my top 2.
Yes. How do you feel?
I've got Lightning.
Okay, that means for me, the only thing that would beat it is Maleficent.
Ka-chow.
It's Mr. Incredible, Rita. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
And that's a cut on Rita's future in this tournament.
She's like, take two, take two.
I think me and Rawan just won.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, I said that if Mr. Incredible was pulled, that other person was going to win, and it happened to be with our probably shared number 1 then, if we had to average.
Lightning McQueen, he's a winner.
Lightning McQueen, he's a winner all the time, right?
Yep.
So here's that fabulous Lightning McQueen pin. We're big Cars fans, more Cars 1 and Cars 3, but I do think these pins are just beautiful, and you see a good amount of lightning on this pin. With some of the characters you don't see a good amount of them, or they're cut off awkwardly, and I don't think he is, and I do love the Hollywood Studios script at the bottom. And then we're just not big Incredibles fans in this house to start off with, but if we had to pick, Mr. Incredible would not be our pick for this pin. So in the closest, most fiercely battled over matchup in this competition, Rawan takes it. She takes the cake.
She's going to be tired, but she got into the final 4 as the last entry.
So, congratulations Karen from Karen's USA Adventures and Rawan from Disney Damsels for making it into the final 4 of this very weird competition. And thank you so much, Rita and Becca, for giving us all out here in YouTube land just amazing Disney content of so many different varieties. I know people love you guys and they're going to keep watching. So I hope that people stuck it out with us to the end. I know that was a long one.
It seemed like a long one.
Yeah. And our next video will be the final video where the final 4 will whittle down to the last 2 and then they will battle it out for ultimate March Madness win.
And Pride.
Pride is the only prize.
Yep.
I get to keep all the pins. So thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you real soon.